Hit recording now. I've got my share screen. Thank you. Beautiful.
There we go.
Okay. There we go. Let's go to video. You see the gallery shot of our property here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, okay. Looks great.
Okay, there is the front view. We've got 12055 Southwest Morlock Court on a cul-de-sac there. Pull up our property details here. There we go. Okay, we've got 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths. Price is $439, 1 level. And square footage here is 1459. The lot size is a nice, generous, oversized lot, just under 1/4 of an acre. Here's some of the highlights of the features of the property. We've got wide plank, hardwood floors, vaulted ceilings. It's got a fully fenced backyard, 2 patios. We've got granite countertops in the kitchen, ceiling fan, 2-car attached garage. It is a wonderful great room floor plan, open airy concept, has high-speed internet access and air cleaner filter in there. I'm gonna just pop through some photos here for you. Let's get to our front shot there. Let's see, I'm gonna flip to a different screen here.
Yeah, I'm just seeing the front shot of it.
Yep, I'm gonna switch here. Okay, entrance. Okay, now you're gonna have a little bit of a transition through the front door, and then you're gonna go into this lovely great room, vaulted ceiling space. The entire interior, are you seeing the open floor plan in the great room there, Garrett?
Yeah, we see a picture of the great room.
Okay, fantastic. So the interior was just completely freshly painted right before it went on the market. It's a very soft, low light, white throughout, creates a really nice contrast for the rest of the features and details of the home. You walk into this very substantial, open, great room concept, wonderful for entertaining. You've got the wide plank hardwood floors that were installed. I want to say maybe about 5 years. And you also walk into a nice focal feature with this stacked stone fireplace. Wood burning fireplace here is really a gorgeous focal point, and nice amenity to have in the colder months. Adds a lot of dimension and interest and intrigue to the space. There is built-ins throughout the property. You've got those off the kitchen. We've got French door, refrigerator and freezer, glass top range. Got a very nice contemporary, fresh look on the appliances. Tiled floors. Again, the granite countertops in the kitchen. Maple cabinetry throughout the house. And there's just a ton of natural light in here with those vaulted ceilings, windows throughout, just lovely natural light that pours into the home. We've got a nice, spacious eating area right here. They've got the round table here, but plenty of room to put a rectangular dining room table and really spread that out. You could also, with that great room concept, you could actually split the family room and dining room area too and have two eating areas, have a nook area as well as a more formal dining room table. Here's some built-ins right over here, right off the kitchen right over here. There could be a built-in added over here, or just a storage space added over here if somebody wanted to have additional storage. There's plenty of cabinetry here, and then you have the built-ins here. But if you wanted to add a pantry space right back here, again, there's plenty of floor space. And I'll show you a floor sketch here shortly. They've really done a good job of maintaining the property. There's a lot of upgrades throughout, new hardware, new lighting. We're now into the master bedroom right here, and it's very gracious. Again, I'll show you the floor sketch here, and you'll see all of these rooms are very generous in their size. The master is a commanding space. It has multiple features. You have your own wood burning fireplace in the master. Again, I think you can see down here on the flooring, it's that lovely, nice, wide planked hardwood flooring that's very popular, really trending today. You've got these sliders out here that go out to your own separate patio space off the master. And of course, master bath suite here. Another view. Here's the master bath suite. So vanity space, you've got the tiled countertops, new lighting, new hardware. And then back over here, you can see it here. I think we've got a deeper picture of this. The tub is a garden soaking tub. There you go. It's really quite substantial. For the overall space in this property, about 1459 total square feet. I think Garrett just walked through it. Garrett, how do you feel the layout and the functionality of the space is?
Yeah, it feels very functional for sure. I mean, the master suite is very spacious and comfortable. The entire home felt very light and just kind of airy. So you don't feel. I think the vaulted ceilings in the great room help a lot with that. Yeah, it was great. Like super functional though.
Great. Here is one of our auxiliary bedrooms being set up as an office space here, as so many of us have been working from home. So you have 3 full bedrooms, all great size. So this is set up to show you've got an additional office space. What I love about this house is these built-ins throughout. You have them sprinkled through the whole house. So use this to stage this space as the office space, because not only do you have these built-ins over here for additional storage and quite honestly less furniture that you have to buy, there is, I'm going to go back there again. Right over here, there's a sweet little window bench seat here for additional storage, just character and charm, seating space. And then, of course, you've got the closet space over here. Here's the second bath. So again, you've got the tiled countertops, you've got new hardware, new lighting, new fixtures, a full tub and shower in here. Good sized second bath. And I just love that everything is fresh and, you know, shows really fresh and clean throughout. Another auxiliary bedroom there. Those beautiful wide plank hardwood floors, the light. This is really a soft, it's Sherwin-Williams paint color, simply white. And it has just a gray undertone. So you get that nice striking contrast with floors and the rest of the features of the home, but it's a low light, it's not bright, it's very soft. So it will fit with any interior design. And a very large, spacious garage here. You've got lots of racks, you've got additional cabinet storage over here, so plenty of additional storage room throughout the property. And here, another feature that I love of this property, you've got actually two sections of outdoor extended space. This right here is access through the dining room and comes out to one of the patios right here. So we've got a little, you know, table set up here for dining, entertaining. There's a little pathway. This is all mature foliage and beautiful garden. You've got the tall arborvitae all around the back and a lot of mature foliage. So Garrett, did that feel very private to you when you were walking around that back area and the yard around the house?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it feels like you're sitting in a park or something. It was just really beautifully done and very private and, you know, a good amount of space for entertaining as well.
Beautiful. Little pathway, very charming. Here's that second patio space right here. Again, very private all around the back. And this is right off that master suite. So again, you could put a little bistro table, a couple of chairs, have your coffee in the morning, have your espresso in the morning, have your wine in the evenings, or whatever your choice of beverages and treats are. And actually over here, and I'll switch and you'll see a bigger picture of this over here, but this little house feature back here is a nice tool shed for, again, additional storage. So this is a lovely, I hate to even call it a side yard, but it is over to the side. And this is a perfect space for that play structure for small children, let your pets out, just really flat, green, usable space. And I just love the dual function and actually the strategic separation of the outdoor spaces. You've got a place to sit and eat and enjoy and entertain. And then you've got this whole area is fenced separately. There's that nice tool shed there that's really fresh and clean and great for additional storage. But all of this here has a separate gate over on this side here where that first patio was that I showed you. So this is completely fenced off. Again, you've got the lovely arborvitae, so it keeps it very private. But this is fenced off from the first backyard space that I showed you. So for those folks, that many of us that have our, you know, friendly fur baby pets, we can have them over here and not have them, you know, in the way of when we're entertaining. Or there you go, there's that fence right there. So you can see this whole backyard, great for pets and kids, and you can have this nice separation for when you want and when you need it when you're out there eating. And then here's the garden beds. So those are all set up for those that have a green thumb and want to try their hand at their own vegetables. Okay, we're back in the house. Here's a nice straightforward shot of, again, the extensive built-ins that we have here in the property. So whether you are a book lover, or you just want to feature some of your prized objects or have additional storage from the kitchen, that's right in front of the kitchen there. There's a nice shot of that lovely, beautiful stacked stone fireplace. It really has a commanding aesthetic focal feature as you walk in the front door. You have the picture lighting over top of it, so it really has a striking appearance as you walk into the front of the great room there. Oh, I'm gonna go back there. Little bay window there for plant lovers, for just additional light. That's a lovely little bay window right off the kitchen there, over the kitchen sink. That really brings the outside in. There's one of our drone shots that gives you a real clear image of the whole lot layout there. It's really, the builder really was very strategic in placing that property. You've got a nice commanding presence when you come up to the house. You've got a nice substantial driveway right off the cul-de-sac for additional parking. Really is a nice, generous 2-car garage. And then there's that yard. You can see how substantial that, I hate to even call it a side yard, but the backyard area to the side of the house here is fully fenced in. And then there's the manicured area that would be a great space for entertaining. There's a better shot to give you an idea of the whole lay of the land there. So here's our manicured, our mature foliage right over here. 1, 2 patio spaces. This is off the master suite. This is right off the dining room space here. So again, you've got 2 separate outdoor patio spaces. And then this nice green strip over here, there's a fence right here from the patio areas here where you can have your pets, or put a play structure and have the kids over there. So right over here, actually, you could tuck everything away, and that can be out of your sight for what you're viewing through your house. So for those that do have kids and pets, and you want, they've got the sandbox, they've got the play structure, they've got all of that, they can have all of that, and you don't have to see it outside the back of in the view of your home every day. Another shot coming up, and just very, very well maintained property inside and out. I want to mention, as far as mechanics, prior to these current owners, they had new siding put on, so new siding, paint. I'm going to pull up features. They have energy efficient windows and doors on this property. I'm going to share a different screen here with you. There we go. Here's our features list. This home really has a lot of features and amenities, well taken care of, upgrades. So just going through whole house features: vaulted ceilings, great room concept, stone stacked wood burning fireplace, built-ins throughout, window bench seat, hardwoods wide planked, tile floors in kitchens and bathrooms. We've got brand new fresh interior paint throughout, newer siding. We've got a gas furnace, central AC, energy efficient windows and doors, solar tubes, fiber optic internet access. Kitchens and bathrooms have been upgraded, newer hardware and lighting. Just in the master suite alone, It has its own wood-burning fireplace. It's got a very large, generous walk-in closet, garden soaking tub, and it has its own access to a private patio. Kitchen features, we've got granite countertops, we've got beautiful built-ins and French door refrigerator, glass top range, dining room area, which is also spacious and has sliders out to a second patio. Outdoor extended living, we've got, as I've mentioned before, the dual patios, we've got garden beds, tool shed. The one thing I haven't mentioned, you could probably see on there, but extensive landscaping design with mature foliage, front and back, but easy maintenance type of foliage that's on there. A lot of shrubs, and for those of us like myself that don't have a green thumb, easy maintenance but beautiful to look at. It's fully fenced all the way around. There are private full mature arborvitae wrapping all around the back of the property, so it's just very private. You don't see your neighbors at all through the back of the home. And you've got greenery throughout all your windows in the property too. Sits on a cul-de-sac. It is walking distance to Greenway Park, Conestoga Recreation and Aquatic Center, which is just such a lovely facility for families. And it's also close to all three schools, elementary, middle, and high school. Washington Square Mall, one of the largest malls in the Portland metro area, is about 2 miles away from this home. Greenway Town Center Shopping and Whole Foods. Also about a 5-minute drive is Progress Ridge Shopping and Movie Theater, which is a dine-in movie theater there. And we are about, what would you say, 15, 20 minutes to downtown, Garrett?
Yeah, about 15. Yeah, it's very easily accessible. Getting on 217, I mean, you can get pretty much anywhere in the metro area nice and quickly. So, and Carolyn, did we know the age of the furnace and the water heater? I know the roof you had mentioned was maybe 5 or so years old, or?
I believe that these owners installed the AC and they moved in about 2014, 2015.
Okay.
And the roof, I don't have an age on that. That was put on prior to their ownership, but there was a lot of the major remodel was done prior to them owning it. They did more additional aesthetics on there, but I suspect that that roof was put on around the same time of that remodel that was done.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm going to switch to the Matterport right here. So this is new photography to the industry. And what this shows you is the dollhouse view so that we can make it very clear of the flow of the property. So I'm going to show you right here on my screen that this would be the entrance through the front door right here. And then you have, one of the things I like too is there's a nice transition. Sometimes with these ranch one-level homes or whatever style of home, you just step right into the living space, but you do have the privacy of a nice transition, a foyer here from the front door to the great room here. And again, it opens up to that very high vaulted ceiling area, large great room space. What I meant about the dining room, if somebody, really likes the formal dining room space besides the casual eating space. So we've got our nook over here. You could put a larger table over here, but I've seen some folks with a great room concept with as large as that space is right there, strategically maneuver the furniture to where your family space could be a little cozier wrapping around that fireplace. And then you could put a dining room table right over here off the kitchen, a long, larger rectangular dining room table for those holiday dinners or for folks who just entertain quite a bit. And then you come down the hallway, right over here to the left, you can see almost half the back of the house here is this master suite, where you have its own wood burning fireplace, you have an additional sitting space, sliders out here to the patio area, your whole master suite bath right here, walk-in closet. So a very commanding master suite space. And then you walk back down the hallway here. Here is the second bath, which is right next door to one auxiliary bedroom, and quick jump across the hall to the other auxiliary bedroom, which are also very good size rooms. That's one of the things that I think is really nice about this layout is all the bedrooms are good size, and you've just, would you say, Garrett, it's just really functionally set up?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it definitely, it makes use of the space really well. So, and none of the rooms feel cramped or anything. I mean, you know, I felt really good walking into all of them.
Yeah, so we set this up staged as an office space right here and chose this room because it's got, you can see this white space right here. This is built-ins and this is a window bench seat. So additional storage, meaning less furniture for somebody to buy and nice additional space for somebody, you know, as most of us are, you know, have at least one home office as we're working remote. This is a great space to do that in. One of the things I want to mention about the Matterport too, that is a new feature here, is you can click on this and you can measure each room. You can maneuver it to each space of the property and just click on the room and use this to go ahead and measure the space. You see how I'm drawing that out there, and I can measure very precisely each wall, diameter. I can measure, you know, if my furniture is going to fit in that space. And then this just allows you to maneuver throughout and look at every dimension of the property. Okay, I'm gonna go to our local area here. There we go. Okay, so just to show you location-wise how convenient this is here, we are right here, and it is a quick short walk over to this. There's a little snapshot of the Conestoga Recreation and Aquatic Center. I know when my boys were younger, I've taken them for swim lessons. They have a great slide and really a great substantial pool. Do they have an outdoor pool besides an indoor pool there as well, Garrett? Do you know?
You know, they have like a little splash
the
area for kids on the backside of the aquatic center. So, but no outside pool. But the pool itself is really nice.
Yeah, very nice. Such a nice rec center, and then there's Southridge High School right over there, so walking distance. We also have multiple parks around here too. You can see we're all the green spaces. Here's Inglewood Park running down here. Cole Center wetlands over here. All the green, you can just see there's parks everywhere around here. Washington Square is right over here. So again, 2 miles to Washington Square. I'll pull this out a little bit. And tons of restaurants all over the place here. In fact, the homeowners put a note in Red Curry, this Thai restaurant they can walk to. And they said it's absolutely fabulous. I see Garrett shaking his head there. Have you been to Red Curry before?
Yeah, I have. It's very good.
Yeah, you highly recommend it?
Oh, definitely.
Good. So yeah, that was on. We always ask our homeowners to list some of their favorite spots. Here's a Mugen Noodle Bar over here, Falafel Express, Rice Time Oriental Grill, and they're also, again, right over, sliding over here to the right, there is Benihana's. For those that haven't been to Benihana's, they cook the food at the cooktop right at your table and do quite a show of that. So that's a lot of fun, great for birthdays and special occasions, and that's real close by too. Highland Forest Park over here, beautiful area as well. I think that's over in your neck of the woods, isn't it, Garrett?
Oh, yeah, that is. Sorry, I was on mute there.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful park to walk through. It's awesome area.
Just so much to do, so walkable, so much to do. This is very centrally located. You know, I had the question come up the other day because it is near Greenway. I had some clients say, oh, is that near Greenway? Because Greenway is the busier road. Yep, it is near Greenway, so meaning that you can get in and out of the neighborhood really quickly and conveniently out to Shoals and to the freeways. However, it is tucked off a side street, nicely tucked in a cul-de-sac. So Garrett, again, you were just there today. Was it pretty quiet when you were at the property?
Yeah, very quiet. It's nice. I mean, yeah, you pull off into the cul-de-sac there, and I mean, yeah, I didn't hear hardly any traffic. So
perfect. Yeah, it's right off. So here's a Conestoga Drive main street that will drop down into 125th going to Shoals Ferry. So you can see it's just right off this side vein street, Downing Drive. So it is tucked back in a private, quiet cul-de-sac right there. Okay, I'm gonna slide back on over to our, oh, I wanted to show us that floor sketch. Let's go to that. Okay, there we go. Here's a nice diagram here. Can we see this okay?
I think this is for Villard.
Pardon me?
This looks like the wrong floor sketch. I think this is for Villard.
Can you see it okay, Garrett?
Yeah, I just see one for Villard. I don't see one for Morlock.
Okay, let me get to a different share. How about that?
There we go.
Okay, there we go. That was last week's floor sketch. That one's gone. Okay, so here we go. Here's our floor sketch for Morlock Court. I'm going to just point out the bedroom size first of all, because a lot of times you get these, you know, one level, 3 bedrooms, and they have 2 living spaces and 2 smaller living spaces, which cuts the bedroom size down. So I'm going to start with our auxiliary size of bedrooms, 13 by 12 and 14 by 11 for our 2 auxiliary bedrooms. Wrapping around right next to, you can see the doorway entrances here. right next to a nice, good size full bath right here with its own tub and shower too. Go across the hall here, you've really got a commanding master bedroom suite. 17 by 13. Garrett, I think that's probably more substantial for a master bedroom than some much larger homes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
And it's got its own wood burning fireplace there. Very large,
Really nice touch.
very large master bath suite. Walk-in closet is 5 by 5. So again, generous walk-in closet. The home itself is 1459 square feet. So I can't emphasize enough how well and how functional the space is. There's just no wasted space in this home. Again, all one level, so the space is all spread out. There's no stairways that are taking up that space. You have the 2 patios out here. This is private off the master suite. It has its own patio, sliders to the patio. The family living room, the main living space is an 18 by 17 square foot space. We also have a separate dining space, which is a 9 by 8. And as I was saying earlier, this is such a large livable space. If you wanted to divide it up in 2 different family spaces, if somebody really loves to entertain and wants that big, large rectangular holiday table, you could put that right along here and still have plenty of room for your family room space, flanking the wood burning fireplace right here. Kitchen is a 11 by 10 space, which extends out into this dining room space. You could add additional cabinetry or buy a storage cabinet here and have pantry space right along here. There's just plenty of room for multiple purposes, however you choose to lay out. I love that open concept for that reason, that the house isn't defining how you live. The open concept allows you personally to define how you live in the space and use the space with, how you choose to lay out your furniture. There's another patio right off the dining room area. So again, for using outdoor extended living space, entertaining this time of year as the weather's getting nicer, there's that outdoor space right there. They've got this shed moved around that's not just for their purposes of keeping it on one sheet. The shed is over here. The additional side yard is over on this space here, which I will show you in pictures. Okay, let's go back to our virtual tour here. Okay, so for those that are joining us a little bit later, I'm looking at, we're doing a virtual open on the property at 12055 Southwest Morlock Court in Beaverton. And this house sits on a cul-de-sac. It's an oversized lot, just under 1/4 of an acre here. There's some nice front shots. I love that this house, and it takes a while to grow the arborvitae this tall so that they work so well as a privacy barrier. You've got arborvitae all the way around the border of this property. So the back area of the house is very private. There's a nice drone shot there. Great layout, really explains how this property is laid out, and for the outdoor extended space. This right over here is fenced off from the beautiful manicured space. This is really an extensive landscape design, not inexpensive to do. This is a very thoughtfully laid out landscape design, very functional. So from the back, all the back windows of your house, you're gonna look at a very beautiful, professionally landscaped view back here. Very functional as well. You've got 2 patio spaces, a walkway in between, dining room space there, private master suite patio space here, and then all the mature foliage in the back. So very aesthetically beautiful to look at. And then over here is going to be what I would say is your functional outdoor space. You've got the garden beds, it's fenced. All of these spaces are fenced all the way around. And I'll flip that around here. And just a flat, nice green back area there for kids, for pets. We've got, I'm gonna go back there. Now it's tucked back here. There's a little tool shed back there as well. There you go, right there. So also aesthetically conscientious, a little tool shed right back there for additional storage for what you don't want to stuff in your garage. Shows you how close the school is. This is just a nice little side vein of a street here. So I just want to point out how protected and how quiet this little cul-de-sac is right here. Although you can hop out here and get to Conestoga Street very quickly. And I'd say you'd hit the freeways in what, 5 minutes from this location, Garrett?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the rec center really is only about like a block or 2 away too. So there's grocery stores very close by, and lots of restaurants, and yeah, as you mentioned, Washington Square is right there too. So
I'm gonna go back there. I pointed out there's a nice transition between the front door and before you get into the great room, which I don't, personally, I just like to not walk into the family space. I like there to be a little bit of a transition before you walk right into the main living room space. And here's that, again, that great room, such an open concept here of really being able to define how you live in the space however you want to. You're not pinned by walls or pillars, or you're not forced to the layout. And I think that's one of the things that's so attractive in the trending of a great room concept. And particularly, I think don't we pretty much see that in most of the new construction builds today, Garrett?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is definitely the direction that they've been heading for a while now. And this one was just really nicely executed, the way that they did the remodel. I mean, as we've talked about before, just very, very functional. And it is nice having the entryway there, so you're not just walking right into the room. So
just love that stone stacked fireplace right there. Just very beautiful. A lot of unique features of this house and smart remodel. Smart areas where they remodeled. The flooring is the nice newer looking wide plank hardwood flooring. They did that throughout the property, other than where there's going to be high traffic and water. Kitchens and bathrooms, they use tile. And again, all the windows, and the windows and doors are newer and energy efficient, something you don't have to worry about. And again, you've just got beautiful green views. It's private all the way through the home. You really only see your neighbors when you're coming in the front door. I like the style. Even the appliances have a modern spin. They've got the refrigerator has the French door look with the long modern poles on it. And even the matching range has the same thing, the long, straight, modern poles. It's a glass range. These appliances are very fresh and really adds a nice look, a nice, clean, fresh, aesthetic look, very updated look to it. Granite countertops, maple cabinetry, bay window. You get that outside in feel. I always say that Frank Lloyd Wright feel where nature is coming into your home and you just look right out at greenery. You can see every window I'm pointing to. You've just got beautiful green views. That is what Oregon is about. Slider right out to your patio. And there's our lovely master suite again. I think this is a good shot here where I keep talking about the newer flooring, that wide plank hardwood flooring. It's lighter in color. You've got the light, fresh painted, low light, simply white walls with the slight gray undertone in there. So you've really just got a very fresh, clean canvas with this property that you can just, any design, any furniture, any style, any color, this palette will work with anything. Once you get the house, no need to buy new furniture unless you really want to. Got your wood burning fireplace there. Sliders out to master suite's own patio. This is the master suite bath area here. So its own vanity. Everything is just tastefully done, a fresh, modern. I'd almost call it the style, the interior design is more transitional. It's clean. It's fits with most interior style and design, and really a neutral palette here. I love the garden tub. This is what we call this, a garden soaking tub. So for ladies, or I won't stereotype, for men that want to have the luxury of a soaking tub. Garrett, I think you're what, 6'5"? I think you could probably fit in that.
I probably could, yeah.
Or if not, you could fit both your boys in that tub at once.
Definitely.
Yeah, for families with little ones, actually, this is a great tub for bathing the kiddos in.
Yeah, they would definitely love that. It would fit a lot of boats.
I imagine. You've got a walk-in closet, and it does have some shelving in there, but I think if I was to do anything with this home, this is such a great space here. I think it's a 5x5 we just saw on the map. What a great space to make even more functional by putting Portland or California closet organizers in that space. You would just get so much mileage out of that.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
There's one of the auxiliary bedrooms, and we've got it staged as an office space there since so many of us are working from home now. And we chose this space to stage as an office because we've got the awesome built-ins here. Of course, the closet space, and we've got a little sweet little window bench space for more storage over there too. So if we, like many of us are working from home today, this is a great office space if you do not need 3 bedrooms today. And there's the second bath. You can see the insert is just fresh and clean. Everything's been freshly painted. You've got new, fresher hardware and lighting, faucets. It's really dialed in. It's really, would you say, Garrett, move-in ready, turnkey ready?
Oh, absolutely. And like you had mentioned, you know, the colors that they've picked out, I mean, all the hardware and everything, it's gonna go with most people's furniture. So, you know, it's just ready to move your stuff in and enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Trim is all painted out. It's just, it's super clean, super fresh. I personally just love those hardwood floors. They just are just stunning. And for those that need some additional storage, more shelving, more cabinetry, a ton of extra space in this 2-car, very, very gracious space here in the garage for additional storage. You've got your hot water heater and your gas furnace out there. Also noteworthy, we've got a door out here to exterior, which is nice to have when you're storing some additional, lawnmower, yard work, cleanup. It's nice to have that direct door out to the back. And there is our lovely backyard space again. You can see how private it is all the way around. Great space for the kiddos.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising when you walk in and you end up seeing how big the yard is, because from the front you don't get a real great idea of the size that you're dealing with. But yeah, it's a nice, really nice yard, and like you said, it's kind of separated, and you can have an area where the kids can play, and dogs can be, and whatnot, and it's very private from like the street and neighbors and everything. And then you have another area that's really more for entertaining, and put in a little fire pit, or good place to barbecue. So yeah, really nice yard.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I like that the side yard here, the additional open space where you put kids or pets, I like that it's fenced and separated out from where you would have your, barbecue, where you'd entertain, where really the more manicured space is. That's one of the things I'm so impressed with, is the functionality and the strategic design of not only the interior of the home, but one of the things that you face when, Garrett and I both have kids and have boys and pets, and one of the things you face is you want to have a space as adults, and when you're entertaining, that is attractive to look at, and is a place that you would want to invite your guest over and have a nice view to look at while you're sitting down and having your barbecue and visiting with your adult friends. And that is hard to accomplish in a lot of spaces, because you've got the yard torn up by the dogs, you get the kids' toys and the sandbox all over the place. Well, this has this whole space where you put kids and pets off here, and it's fenced off from the place where you would sit and entertain. Right here, you've got all the mature foliage. You've got 2 paved patio areas, one off the master, one over here off your dining room area. And this can all stay untouched and in perfect aesthetic condition, while this over here can be where the kids and pets and toys go. I just love that.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a nice feature of this home.
And back into more beautiful built-ins. The architectural design of the home really does have character. It's one of the things that I think is different. I almost do not like using the word to describe a property by saying ranch, because ranch often to me speaks to just a box. And this is not, this one level property is not a box. You have architectural interest and intrigue by the layers of thoughtful design and textures throughout. Can you speak to that a little bit, Garrett, as you just walked the property today?
Yeah, I think that it's just, you know, it has a, I guess they did a nice job of keeping a house that, you know, is obviously not a brand new construction. It still has the character. They really, the design elements are just really well chosen, and they, yeah, it just seems like it was very, very thought out. It didn't, and 100% complete too. That's another thing. So like the entire house feels very, very cohesive in the way that it's been designed. So you go from room to room, and you know you don't feel any different.
Switching back to the Matterport before we end our virtual tour today, for anybody who had come on later, here is dollhouse view. We've got the, let's get back to the dollhouse view there. Okay, so here's that great room concept here. I'm following up with Garrett's explanation of the thoughtful design transition. Every inch of this 1,459 square feet was used thoughtfully. You've got a transition, you've got a great room floor plan here, multiple uses for day-to-day living space, kitchen area, eating nook area. These are the two auxiliary bedrooms over here with its own second bath, full bath with a tub and shower. And then you can see a very commanding master suite space that has a garden soaking tub. It has its own master fireplace, wood burning fireplace. It's a 5x5 walk-in closet and a full master bath suite here. Sliders out to its own patio space here. So for those that are writing the check, they get the commanding room with all the amenities here. And still the kids or an additional office space have very generous second and third bedrooms here as well. I am gonna just slide back to that and pull up our property description down here. Okay, so just wrapping up our virtual open house here today with, we reviewed in walkthrough 12055 Southwest Morlock Court, Beaverton, Oregon, 97008. Price is $439. Number of bedrooms and bathrooms, 3 full bedrooms, 2 full baths. And the lot size is a very generous, just under, it's a 0.21. So just under a quarter of an acre, but very thoughtfully laid out, professionally designed. Our total square footage on the property is 1,459. And again, that is all on one level. So really gives you a very spacious, open feeling with the vaulted ceilings as well. There's a list of our property features there. Garrett, do you have anything else to add before we sign off on our virtual today?
Yeah, just the neighborhood just has access to so many different things for entertaining your family, and there's lots of parks around the rec center, which has all sorts of different exercise classes, childcare, even a lot of different things there. So it's a great place to be able to access, and then really commuting around town too. That's the other nice thing about this is that I mean, it's very central. Getting onto 217 is very, very easy, and I think pretty much anywhere you're trying to get to, you can get to there pretty quickly from here. So
I would absolutely agree. Well, for all of those who are joining us today, thank you so much for joining us on our virtual open house. And if you have any questions about the property or would like to set up a viewing time, please feel free to reach out to us, the Carolyn Hoty team, at 503-780-3688, and we'd be love to help you, or have your agent give me a call to get a scheduled showing. Thank you so much for spending time with us on this Saturday, and I hope you all have a very relaxing and enjoyable Memorial Day weekend. Thank you now. Bye.
thank you.